Like I said, I'm dangerous because I don't have allegiance to anything but the truth. That's just the way it is with me. This this imam in the Bronx that spoke at slain NYPD officer Islam's funeral, that guy really rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, it just bothers me so much. And I'm trying to be really respectful about the loss of life regarding not just the officer, but everyone that lost their life. This narrative, this narrative you're about to hear from the imam, you know what? I'll just let you hear it.
He sacrificed his life so others could live. The Quran tells us, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. Whoever saves a life, it is as if they have saved all of humanity. Officer Islam fulfilled this verse with his very blood. He did not just save one life, but many by the will of God. And though we bury him today, we do not bury his legacy, we carry it forward. Last night, I sat with his grieving family. The room was filled with pain and with heartfelt memories. They told me of a man who put his faith into action, who strove to serve his Creator and the creation. Selfless, always giving without asking. A man who worked overtime shifts, not for himself, but for others. A man who showed us what it means to live Islam with compassion, courage, and sacrifice. One of his family members said something that still echoes in my heart. When the shooting started, he didn't run away. He ran towards it. He confronted the shooter directly, giving others time to run, to escape, to live. He gave his life so others could be saved. This is what you call Islam. This is the kind of man our city just lost.
So that's the narrative, right? And again, I don't want to be disrespectful and diminish this man's life or service. But you know how you diminish a man's life and service? By lying about his life and his service and his end of watch. I think everybody would understand that Officer Islam was taken by surprise and sadly murdered by this guy. But if they're going to keep putting out this narrative that he saved lives, he was a hero, he ran towards the gunfire, that shit doesn't sit well with me, man. And it doesn't sit well with me because you're lying on the dead souls. Not just his, but those who lost their lives that day. So I think if they're going to keep pushing this, somebody's going to have to request to see the surveillance video from the lobby. And if people saw the surveillance video from the lobby, they would see that, and this is something that people don't want to talk about because it changes the conversation a lot, especially about training. But if they showed the video of this officer pretty much if they showed the video of the killer getting the drop on the officer the way he did, it would change the conversation. I'll say it that way. Complacency and lack of situational awareness got people killed, unfortunately, and that's the truth. It's a hard pill to swallow, but complacency and lack of situational awareness got people killed. the security officer, the private security officer, you know, he forgot one crucial protocol in a situation like that. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the elevator lockdown button before he took cover, and he lost his life also. But that's what he was told to do from the active shooter videos. Take cover. And that's what he did. But he forgot to hit the elevator lockdown button. So there's some hard truths that people don't want to talk about. And they put out this narrative of, you know, heroes and saving lives. I just think it's wrong to pump out a narrative like that, especially when people actually died. So people can request a video, media, and, you know, you can put in FOIAs. That video will show you a narrative that you have not been hearing. That is the complete and total opposite of what you've been hearing. And that's the truth. And I probably wouldn't even gone down that road this morning if it wasn't for that fucking imam saying what he said during the funeral, being as political as he was, you know, injecting Gaza and Israel the way he did. But it is what it is. Don't hate me for telling the truth.
Our officer, he was slain in the entryway to the right as soon as he entered the building. The suspect entered the building, and he appeared to have first walked past the officer, and then he turned to his right and saw him and discharged several rounds. Officer Islam's life was taken after the shooting. NFL headquarters was located in the building, and he mistakenly went up the wrong elevator banks. As you know, in many of our corporate buildings, based on the floors you want to get to, you have to go to certain elevator banks. And he went on the wrong elevator bank, which took him to Rudin Management. And that is where he carried out an additional part of his horrific shootings. Our officer, he was slain in the entryway to the right as soon as he entered the building. The suspect entered the building, and he appeared to have first walked past the officer, and then he turned to his right and saw him and discharged several rounds. Officer Islam's life was taken after the shooting.